Welcome back to another episode of the Shitless Podcast with your girl, Goddess Masterpeace. Today we will be discussing Tia Mowry, who is the other half of Sister Sister. I used to love Sister Sister. I grew up on these ladies. They always came off as sweet girls. Like, they weren't too fast for their age. They dressed age appropriate. Kind of like how Moesha was. Brandy played that role of Moesha where she was just an average girl. She wasn't doing too much. They were going through the normal growing pains, and it taught us a lot. So, with that being said, Tia Mowry also was on the hit show The Game, and that was another one of my favorite shows. She just announced that her and her husband, Corey Hardrict, are getting a divorce. They've been married since 2008. They share 2 children together. And it's very unfortunate because they seem like that quintessential power black couple. Now, everyone is speculating what happened to Corey and Tia's marriage. Was it cheating on his end? They always blame the guy. But then Tia gave a little bit of insight as to what's going on by her making the eyes in the comment section underneath a gentleman's post. I got this info from Impressive Channel. Fair use.
So happy we live together. I'm excited to pay our first bill. You know the rent's due, right? Who on earth is excited to pay bills? And what do you mean together? Hey, you live here, so you're not gonna pay it. Wait, what? So what would you do if I wasn't living here with you? What would you do? I would pay the rent and all the bills. Exactly. So why do you need me to pay the rent and the bills if you can do it by yourself? It was your idea. It was your idea to move in together, so you're not gonna help pay any bills. I'm in between jobs. I done put in 5 applications. And why'd you move in with me with no? So why you gonna kick me out? I thought you loved me. Love don't keep the lights on, but love keeps our relationship on. Is that not worth anything to you? It's worth something to me, but I'll have a job within the next 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months? What am I supposed to do till then? Do what you do if I wasn't here. Duh, you said it earlier. What?
Now, as you can see from the premise of this skit, for Tia to like it and then put the eyes underneath, that speaks volumes. Even though it's one little emoji, it speaks volumes to the people that are watching, waiting for context clues. So now we the people, are thinking this is the reason why the marriage ended. Because as they say, finances and infidelity are the top 2 reasons for divorce.
When Tia met Corey was broke. He was a struggling actor trying to come up in Hollywood, and Tia at that point was already established. She had just got off the hit show Sister Sister, so she had money, but Corey didn't. But she still got into a relationship with Corey because Corey pursued her, and she also really liked him.
I got off work and I was waiting for the bus to get a ride home. I remember, and it was very embarrassing, downtown LA. And they saw me at the bus stop. That was the most embarrassing thing ever. And they drove by and they pulled back and, wanted to give me a ride. I was like, no. And then they did give me a ride. And, I felt like, oh, they're really cool. They took me all over to England. So that's how it kind of started the friendship a little bit.
So anyway, he had called me several times. And he was like, can't you call nobody?
I remember, yeah.
Can't you, talk to nobody? And I was like, this guy is, persistent. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to call him. And we just started talking on the phone. Just, regular conversations. And then, this is so cool, actually. Then you just started to ask me out, to hang out.
And she cared about me. And she cared about me, the person. I didn't have nothing like financial.
I would drive him all the time to
I had no
Inglewood,
money, so it wasn't about money. She saw my heart, and that meant a lot to me. And she was down with me when she had everything, if whatever that means. But the most important thing is she had a great heart, and she saw mine, and she saw my potential as a person, believed in me. And so that meant everything to me. And I was just like, wow, she's a real cool person. And it was real from the beginning. you know, and so I was kind of like, man, you know, I have to marry her. But it wasn't like I didn't want to marry her. I just wasn't ready financially. I'll be honest. I felt like I was afraid. I was scared. I was just like, man, you know, this is serious. But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna make this happen. And that's the truth. I said, I love her. She loves me. It's real. We'll make it work no matter what. I don't care what people gonna say. They probably, why are you marrying this broke? You know? I said, whatever. We gonna make this work.
Oh boy, I wish she would have kept driving. No, let me not say that. Why do we do this as women? Why do we try to fill the role of either a mother or a masculine role? Even when these men don't have it, unfortunately, they're not ready for us. And the reason I say that is because it's going to become a problem in the future. It may not be a problem in the present moment when you're going through it, but eventually it catches up to you when you overextend yourself financially with a man, and he knows his role is to be a provider. All that's going to happen is he's going to take from you, but he's going to build himself up to where he can give it to another woman. See, some women have their hand out from the beginning, and they don't take no shorts. They're not even going to hang out with a man who doesn't have it. Some women are not even going to deal with a man who doesn't have a vehicle. We don't get brownie points for loving a man's potential, loving him through his hard times. We don't get our reparations for that. As a matter of fact, another woman is going to get those reparations. Because when we fill up a man's cup, they're looking to fill another woman's cup, unfortunately. I'm happy for Tia that she's finding herself. It doesn't matter how long it took. You have to understand that you are the prize. And when you show people how to treat you, they will treat you accordingly. And especially these men. When you show them that, all right, I may have taken care of you for this amount of time. Now it's time for you to take care of me. If you can't do that, I'm done. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to walk away from situations in order to get to a better space. They may end up getting back together. Some couples that divorce end up getting back together. Look at Nene Leakes and Greg Leakes. So it is possible. And I'm wishing that for them, because I don't think that their relationship ended on a bad note. It's just something there that they cannot get over. The finances, maybe it's infidelity, maybe it's a combination of things, but I don't think it was to the degree where they're in a bad space and they can't communicate. My thing is this, and in closing, we as women have to say we ain't got it, even when we do. Why do we have to compete with these men and make them feel like, oh, I got it. Oh, I can handle my bills alone. I'm an independent woman. No. 2023, actually starting from now, 2022 and beyond, I ain't got it. I ain't got it for no man. I ain't got it. If you don't want to deal with me because you feel like I'm a bum bitch, oh, well, I am. I'll be that for you, because you will be a provider for me. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Shyt List podcast. I am your girl, Goddess Masterpeace. Please hit that subscribe button, like button, share button, and hit the notification bell at the top so you're notified when I start going live over here. Make sure you check out my other social media handles, and I love y'all. See you later.